And we are back for episode 5 of the DP show.
Oh yeah.
How's your 8 Thanksgivings you been to?
It's just 4, but it was awesome. Ate so
Yeah.
much food.
Yeah.
A lot of good food.
Yeah, we had a Thanksgiving today. Where's my topics at? We had a good little Friendsgiving today. It was good. And we played some games, and we don't know how to really cook turkeys or chickens, so we got a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, we cheated a little bit. It was fun.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Take the
Sria
easy
made
route.
some great food. Buffalo dip
Yeah.
shows as well with that corn. I got the rolls. Definitely got them out of the freezer and just put them in the oven. That's a good way of doing things. But no, it was good. Good hanging out with friends. You got to see your family. You went to like a Micronesian one, didn't you? With like, how many people you said?
There was like 60 people there or so.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Start at like what's like 7 o'clock you said at night?
That's when we started eating, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people were rolling in from like 3.
Yeah, and then just kept Micronesian time.
Yeah, when you're on island time, you know.
Yeah, there is no time.
It's done when it gets done.
Yeah, you just come and go as
Yeah.
you please, you know. Then yesterday we went and watched Moana 2. Not very good compared to the first one. The first one was I watched probably like 10 times.
Yeah.
And I know you kind of look like Maui. Used to, definitely, with your long hair. So that's kind of your expertise, is that movie series. What did you think about the second one?
Definitely was, I mean, it's a good movie, but it's not nearly as good as the first one.
Yeah. You think there's going to be a third? Truthfully going to be a third, you think?
There's either going to be a third or there's going to be like a spin-off series.
I
think Moana 2, from what I've heard or seen, Moana 2 is supposed to be a spin-off series, which is part of why the reason they didn't have the same guy making the music.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
Because the music and the songs were not nearly as good or catchy or, same feeling relayed than the first one. Did you figure out why they hired a different person this time?
I think it was just like the time that he had, like, he's got a family and then he's got other jobs that he's working on, or like composing other music for other things. Like, I think he was one of the people working on the Wicked movie, which is like a whole musical movie.
Yeah, so a lot bigger.
Yeah. And he just didn't want to be like obligated to work on a whole series versus a big movie.
That makes sense. So if they're going to do a series, that takes up a lot more time versus just a movie. Yeah.
And they got like the first and the youngest all-girl group in like Disney to compose music for a movie like that, to work on it.
Yeah, and then even like you brought up a good point. Like the movie just felt like rushed.
Yeah,
like
the whole plot of it just felt really, really rushed. Like you couldn't really tell where anything was going. There was no build up really to anything.
Yeah, like both movies are pretty much the same length of time, yet the build up was just so much less. It felt like in the second one.
Yeah, it felt like in the first one, like every scene, every moment had a meaning to it.
Yeah.
Like there was a reason for it.
Yeah.
And that one, it just felt like they were trying to be, they were trying to be funny, and like not be super serious. It felt like, and
right. It just, and like the monster and stuff like that. At the end, they just seen like the face in the clouds. It wasn't like an actual, human or island per se. That
or creature. It was just like a.
Right. Well, even like they had 2 fight scenes in the first one with the crab and the island versus this other one. But yeah, I don't know. Then I was looking at I got pulled up right now. Avatar the movie, the original Avatar in 2009, made $2.92 billion at the box office. That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that's the highest grossing film, I guess, in history.
Dude, that's some small countries.
I think that's a lot of countries.
Yeah.
Grossing over 2.8 billion worldwide, making it one of the highest grossing films. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, even though Moana definitely didn't live up to expectations, they still did pretty well.
It was a good movie. I mean, they do a good job with like their water scenes and stuff like that. You
Oh
know?
yeah, like the animations and everything were definitely better,
Yeah.
and it's just a test of the you know,
Yeah.
the changes in technology and
I
what
mean,
people are able to do.
they're making fun of me at work because I wasn't going to go watch an adult movie.
I mean, like, what are we gonna go watch? Like Gladiator?
yeah,
2?
like, who's going to go watch Gladiator? Like, for real. Like,
Over Moana? Come on.
yeah, like, seriously, are you, like, just because you're old doesn't mean I have to do old shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I watch all the Kung Fu Panda movies. That's my favorite series. I know, like, everything about it. I'm going to go watch them whenever they come out. But whatever. People, whatever.
That's how I am with How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, I still need to watch the last one.
You
I
do?
keep saying that. I've been saying that, I think, for 2 years now.
It's really good.
I know. There's a white dragon, there's a black dragon now. Toothless and... Do you remember what the white dragon's name? His little girly friend that...
She didn't have a name, but she was a Light Fury.
A Light Fury, and they have the Oreo babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat.
But yeah, I mean, I think so far Moana 2 has made $386 million
Well, that's not
globally.
bad.
No,
what did the
it's not
first one
bad.
make? Do you know what the first one make?
I have no clue if you want to look that up.
What did the first one make? Let's take a little look-see. 687 million. So, I guess they're halfway there with Moana 2.
Yeah, and I mean,
Which-
this is like the opening week, basically.
Yeah. You think a lot of it's built up off the first one, though?
Oh, yeah.
Because how good the first one is? Like, that's why we went and watched it.
Yeah.
Because we're big fans of the first one.
And that's not even to say, like, how much money they made off of everything other than the movie.
Yeah.
You know, because Disney's a big toys and series and Disney Plus subscription-based stuff. How much money that brought in.
You
Okay, I found this on the web for Disney Plus subscription. Check it out.
That is a
Right.
perfect timing. You know why?
It's a great segue.
Because I just typed in Rotten, Toma. First thing, Rotten Tomatoes Moana 2. Okay, I just looked up Moana 2. Rotten Tomatoes Moana. Okay, we just been talking about Moana. Rotten Tomatoes Wicked is number 3. I'd
Yeah.
never have looked up Wicked. I don't even know what that movie is. Number 5, Rotten Tomatoes Gladiator 2. How is that already in my search history?
I mean,
That
but part of it's because they're out right now, and then the other part of it is, hey, here's us talking about it.
How is Wicked out right now?
Yeah, it's like a big musical movie,
Gotcha.
like Broadway theater people.
So the music guy made Moana 2 and Wicked?
The first Moana. He worked on the first Moana, along with I'm sure there was a whole team and like a few other people, but like he was the main guy behind it, and like he's known for like making musicals and stuff.
Gotcha. So yeah, he transferred. Yeah, and this is this Reddit thing posted 4 days ago. Moana 2 has 69% Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, that kind of sounds right.
Yeah.
I mean, around 70%. That makes sense to me. But
Yeah, it just does. It's just not very well rounded compared to the first one.
yeah.
Uh,
Let's see. I wish.
it's hard to beat the first one when it hit so well.
Well, you see that a lot of times, like we talked about after this movie, that a lot of second and thirds aren't as good as the first one.
Yeah.
You know, I think because a lot of movie producers gotta bang out like the first one to make it known, and then once it gets huge, you're like, oh shit, how do we make this better? Like
How do
we,
now
kinda-
it's more instead of like creating something, they're trying to keep something alive,
yeah, it's like
which is
you
way more difficult.
kind of like blew your load on the first one,
Yeah.
and then like it's like when like you go to the job interview and like you say you can do this and you don't know how to, and you get the job and you're like, oh shit,
Now I gotta do it.
now I gotta do it again, you know.
And
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. What do you think about AI? I think actors are going to be in a hard place, between rock and a hard place, I think, whatever that saying is. Because have you seen like those clips of like AI making like videos, or even
Mhm.
like our logo was made by AI?
yeah.
So like I don't know like if actors would just like give up their rights for AI to create them in a movie. But I don't see how actors are going to keep acting when you can make a movie on a computer.
It's like that. You put a prompt in there and
Yeah, like you can make
There's
it
a whole
all on
movie
a
behind it.
computer versus going to places, building buildings.
building sets, doing the
Paying
green
people.
screens. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like I don't know.
Paying hospital bills for those people that get hurt doing stunts and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't it like Jackie Chan or something like that? He did all of his own stunts, or Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise also.
He was jumping that bike off the side of the mountain. He did it like, it was like 10 or 15, something crazy like that, parachuting off the side of a
Yeah.
mountain just to get the right scene. That's wild.
breaking bones and stuff. And
Yeah,
that's
there's
crazy.
one. Yeah, he was doing one scene where like he jumped from one building to another and broke his ankle on the building and just kept going throughout the scene and like limped through it. Obviously he wasn't supposed to break his leg, but that's
Mhm.
what happened. That's got to be crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. I think it's pretty far from.
you don't think so?
No, because there's like certain things that AI still has a hard time making.
Like what?
Like in the beginning when they were doing those like AI pictures and videos, the hands and stuff would look weird, or their feet.
The eyes don't track.
Yeah, the
smoothly,
eyes track
go
weird.
from like here to here versus like track like humans do.
Yeah.
And like they're blanking, or like when they make. That's what I wonder. Like,
And it would eventually get there, but like
but like
It's
the
hard.
eyes are the window to the soul. Like when you look at somebody, you can make a pretty accurate judgment. Or I guess I can. I mean, of like who that person is. Like I wonder if AI is going to be able to make the viewer feel that, because like when you watch a movie character, you feel like that's their, like the Joker for example, you can look in his eyes and you see that dude's crazy.
yeah,
I wonder if AI is going to be able to
replicate that
make the viewer have the same feeling.
to a point. I mean, I think it's gonna be super hard for it to replicate because it's already having problems with like natural human movements and like coordinating shit.
Yeah, or maybe the viewers kind of like dubbed movies, like Squid Games was terribly dubbed, but it was one of the biggest series watched. Like maybe the viewers just like, it's such a good movie that the viewers will sacrifice that little piece.
Yeah.
You know, because they like Squid Games, they sacrificed the whole language from, I think it was Chinese or something, different language versus, you know, it was dubbed over in English to being one of the biggest series off that. So, yeah, AI is gonna be a tricky thing. I'm glad I'm not in the movie business because
It'll definitely be a while. Plus, there's a lot of like natural human mistakes and traits that people carry, like the way they blink, the way they squint, the way they like those little minute details
yeah,
that an actor will just naturally pull off, or like even like a little stutter like that.
yeah.
An AI will not put that in unless you tell it to.
I think you feed it enough information about a certain person, it'll be able to recreate all of its habits of whoever.
Yeah, to a degree. I know I've seen like a few podcasts with people talking about it, like people that do a lot of podcasting, and they'll take their own like video clips and audios and send them into an AI and have them recreate AIs and stuff. And like
Right.
a lot of them, they have a difficult time with like controlling the dynamics of their voice.
Yeah, right
in
now.
the AI. Yeah, right now.
But I mean, you take someone like any podcast and you give them, 30 hours of talking, they're going to be able to make it exactly the same
Yeah.
of their dialect.
It's
and-
just minute things that we would catch.
yeah, and I think humans are.
It just doesn't seem natural.
Yeah, I think humans are good at like naturally, under like natural instinct of like, oh, that's bullshit. Like just like animals, like when like for example, deer hunting, you smell someone, you don't see somebody, but you can smell that something's like you gotta something's
Yeah.
up. That's some bullshit going on. Like I think humans can. I think once they bridge that gap, like they get the natural movements with AI, I think it's gonna be pretty crazy. I mean, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
the
when it's gonna be
future.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the future. I don't necessarily think the voices will be too bad because I think with enough dialect of who they're trying to recreate, you can bridge that gap. But once they get like the movements down, or like you got a Tom Cruise, and it'd be hard to replicate his movements because he's such like an action packed actor. But once you get that down, it's gonna be game over. Like
Yeah.
maybe like do you recreate like the Rockies with Rocky, Sylvester Stallone younger? I guess you could probably do that again, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You would think.
Eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be fun to watch, but I guess they're gonna be able to pump out series like crazy though. Like
That's when it's gonna get interesting.
yeah, like Outer Banks is like a year and a half in between each season. I mean, as a writer, if you have the concept thought out of what you want to do, it ain't gonna take.
You copy and paste a prompt in there and it makes it.
Yeah, or you like go line by line, and the AI will match the line with what the human should be doing based off all the information you gave on the actual human that it's pretending to be like.
Hmm. I think it'll make a lot. When it does come out, it's gonna make a lot of good movies.
I think that. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna
Like
have
way better
a
movies.
bad movie. I mean, you like CGI is crazy already.
Yeah,
like-
but it'll be
the-
like YouTube. The way that YouTube is set up, whatever people really enjoy is what skyrockets to the top. There's nobody over them like controlling every single minute detail. Like in the movie industry, like certain actors have to walk a certain way, talk a certain way, do certain things.
Yeah, you're
On
kinda-
YouTube, you're doing it yourself
Yeah.
and you're just putting it out there.
You think
and-
more people are gonna be able to make movies?
Yeah, that's
Like
what I
you
mean.
And I, okay. Yeah.
Like we could make our own movie.
Yeah.
All we have to do is like write a script and tell the AI how we want it,
That's gonna be pretty cool.
and then it's gonna go out. We make it. We can like post it on something like YouTube.
Content's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy.
That's how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's where the creativeness of the human beings in the world of AI
That's gonna be
is gonna
crazy.
show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then it's gonna be really whatever is the best movie or like the most popular is the best.
Right, right.
And there's not gonna be anything like gating him off.
Yeah, or bought and paid for, or who has the most money to promote the movie.
Or who
most.
knows the most people.
Yeah. Well,
It's gonna literally be talent based.
Yep. Yep. Which is what you want. But 20 minutes has already flown by.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. And we're back.
What were we talking about
Go ahead,
in the
just
last
say it.
segment? Oh
Say it.
yeah,
Make
yeah,
fun of
yeah.
me for being cold.
Yeah, cupcake's cold this time.
I was hunting, and I hate to admit,
caught you caught the chills.
the old lady was right. I was getting dressed to go out hunting, and I only put on a t-shirt and a long sleeve that's made for summertime hunting, and it is like 30 degrees outside, and I told her, no, I'll be good. I got my bibs on, and I was not good. But instead of putting more clothes on, I'm just going to keep bitching about it because that's a lot funner.
Yeah. You know, I think that's what happened last week. I cold plunged last week. You
Yeah,
didn't.
Whatever.
That's why I was so chilly.
Whatever. whatever. You cold plunge like 8 hours before we did a podcast.
Okay, but you know.
That's not the same. That's like me saying I cold plunged yesterday, so I'm still cold today.
Okay, but like maybe my body just works slower. You're more adept to the cold. You're Michiganian. Eh?
You make me not enjoy myself.
I know. Somebody's got to.
Yeah. You're the reason I cold plunge in the morning.
Yep.
You know what I'll never forget?
There's a few things coming to mind.
The first time I'm just kidding. You know what I'm thinking about?
What we were talking about earlier this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you fucking killed me
Mm.
in Minecraft. So we got COVID.
Oh.
By the way, COVID was the best vacation I've ever probably been on, if not top 3. I'll say top 3 just so I don't get in trouble. Top 3 best vacations because we just stayed home, ate food every day, and played Minecraft.
That was a solid week.
Yeah, until the last day of Minecraft when we were about to beat the game, then turned to the worst day of my life. And it was like 3 years ago, going on 4 years ago, and it upsets me.
I'm sorry, but that
No,
was
you're not.
it
Dude.
was so
Don't-
funny.
Don't apologize for something I'm
It's
sorry
like
about.
looking back on it, worth it.
I'm still not
100%.
glad it happened. I've not reached that point
that-
where I'm like, this is still glad it happened.
I've honestly never seen you more mad than in that moment ever.
Dude, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I felt so bad, but it was so funny at the same time. I confused myself. I didn't know what to do. Like I was laughing, but I felt so
went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was worse than that. Cause you grabbed your TV. We were using your TV to play on the Xbox in this
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
We had the chairs and recliners all out.
Yeah.
Posted up, big chilling.
Yeah, we would sleep until 11 o'clock and get up and just go play Minecraft.
Yeah.
And JT had it too, and us two had it, so all 3 of us were in the same house.
It was like a
Minecraft.
week-long sleepover.
It was nice.
It
was
definitely
no
one of the
work.
better vacations.
Yeah, no work. That was crazy. At work, we had like 20 some people at once get it. Like it just spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
It was. I remember one of our salesmen was there where I was sitting in a car with her and we were like doing a trade-in or something like that, and I'm like, man, it stinks in here. Like, you smell that? And she's like, smell what? I'm like, and she's like. And then she's like, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. And I'm like, I ain't gonna tell nobody. And because like if she was like one of our tenure salespeople, so like if she got sent home for a week, we'd have to close the dealership because we only had like 4 salesmen and we normally run like 12 to 15.
Yeah.
So
At that time.
yeah. And I was like, man, this kind of stinks in here. And she's like, oh, I can't smell. I'm like, and she looks at me, she's like. It's fucking hilarious. I was like, you dirty dog. I was like,
It's like the Spider-Man meme. Like,
yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna get out of the car because I don't trust you anymore. But yeah, that was
no, that week was fun. But I think that was like a better vacation because like a lot of times people go on vacation and they try to plan a bunch of things to do.
yeah.
And it's so much work leading up to
the
it.
stress of coming home and having to clean, or like just get reacclimated
Yeah.
to the living at the house,
Like my family, whenever they plan a trip, the day they get back, they add an extra day to their vacation just to stay home and chill.
I do that, yeah, for sure. Like if I get back on a Thursday, I'll take Friday off and go to work Saturday. Like it's so worth it too, because there's nothing like getting back from vacation and then just rushing everything just to go right back to work.
Yeah.
Like getting the sleep in, catch up on your sleep in your own bed, and then get up, do what you need to do that day, relax, get your eating back in order, and then go back to work.
Yeah.
I think that's Like that's almost worth taking, like shortening your vacation by 1 day to get that extra day at home in. I think it's worth it.
100%.
Yeah, because it's yeah. I like it doing it that way. Some people, I guess I don't know, to each their own, but um, that's my personal favorite thing. Favorite.
Favorite?
Personal favorite is favorite.
Favorite? We gotta start using that.
Favorite.
It's a multi-purpose.
Dude, you know what's the wildest thing, bro? Like, I think we've leveled up in our friendship recently.
Yeah.
Like, not like to the point where we used to. I think we're 2 days in a row of like hanging out with each other, and we've said multiple things at the same time, but now we did it twice. No, 3 times. We did it on the way to Meyer. You did it to me on multi-purpose, and I did it yesterday. Like, I'll say something, and I know what your answer is gonna say, and then I would say what we were gonna say after we say the same thing.
And then we'll be having the same thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, like you'll say a word because you know it's going to trigger me to say a different word
Yeah.
of a memory we had like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. It's like the ultimate inside joke.
It's like we kissed right now, but I mean, it's like when you live together with somebody so long, it's just you just
Yeah.
get sync, you know? It's like
Yeah.
how women, like when like a bunch of women work together.
their menstrual cycles.
Yeah, it's like
sync up.
they're yeah, but it's way more beneficial for us than them, dude.
We synced up our menstrual
Bro,
cycle.
our menstrual cycles are locked in, bro. Like for real, dude. That's wild. Learned something new today. Me and my DP homie menstrual cycles locked in, bro. I forgot what I was about to start looking up. I've lost track.
gosh. No, but the past couple days have been really bad. Like, it's just been happening a lot. Like,
It's been exciting.
like you called me yesterday afternoon. You're like, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" I was like, "Yeah, I can put your clothes in the washer and dryer." And you were like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you know me, bro.
Yeah,
Inside and out.
I do.
He does.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man.
I can't believe our cycles are synced up. That's crazy.
Ain't that crazy? Like, I never thought I'd reach a friendship like this, dude. That's crazy. I forgot what I was even gonna look up, dude. I was about to go somewhere with this, and you fucking threw me for a loop.
You need to do that parallel thinking
I was,
practice.
and I got locked in the conversation, dude.
Yeah.
You brought me back. Where was I going with this tab? I was about to look up something interesting. Fuck. All right, you lost me. I don't know. You lost me.
Okay. We were talking about vacations.
Oh, that's where I was gonna go to. I was gonna go to YouTube, see how that's going.
Oh, okay.
Do you kind of like not checking it throughout the week?
I love not checking it.
We're at 80 subs. Let's go.
Whoa.
So we're at a point now because we put in X amount of work to like create a good foundation, so we could just put clips on and schedule to post them, so we don't have to do anything throughout the week. So do you like just kind of waiting throughout the week and then looking at it?
Yeah. Cause you see like the bigger number changes.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I think when 2 weeks ago we started podcasting, we were at like 67 subs ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're at 80. Very good. I'm happy with that. Damn, episode 2, 128 views. Let's go. Yeah.
We go in places.
I've still been looking forward to doing this a lot. I mean, it's kind of simple once you get started. I mean, you just I always thought like maybe like we wouldn't have much to talk about with being younger. We haven't experienced much life, but I think we do stuff with our life. So like we kind of and like we have more opportunities to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like we look for opportunities. So I think that helps too. with having stories to talk about, or that we actually like think we just don't, are in the cycle of life of just going to work, going home.
You
Going
have
to
that
sleep.
repetition,
Yeah.
comfortable space that you never leave
Right.
type deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think, which is good.
I think we're also like, we're not like risk adverse. Like we'll go out and say some like crazy stuff in front of people or like do something out of the norm in front of people that like, gets a reaction that we have a great story for. Or, I mean, like today at Seven Brew, we're pulling in there because there's free coffees because they're opening up a new location.
Yep. Yep.
And we see these girls with signs, and then we just start throwing our hands up and
Yeah.
screaming, and they
Yeah.
start doing it too. And then you start honking the horn, and we're just on one.
Life's oh shit! I almost just fucking wrecked $1 million right there. I think life's fun if you just do stuff a little bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And people remember you that way too.
Quit taking things so seriously, and
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Everybody's human, and like you do something embarrassing. When's the last time you remember someone doing something embarrassing? Like you always forget, and like people always forget if you do something embarrassing, they're gonna forget about it in a week. And even if they don't, that's a still fucking funny story.
yeah.
Like,
I think I'd rather be remembered as like the funny guy, or like
Instead
the
of
guy that
nothing.
did like something goofy or silly, than the
Right.
guy that's boring.
right, instead of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you never, I don't know about you, but like I never want to wake up and be like, today I want to be a boring person. I want to have a boring day today. Like I've never done that.
If that makes you happy, do it. But that sounds terrible. Like life is like what you make it. It can be fun. Even like once you get to the point where like you enjoy the struggle, even struggling's fun because you just know it's a part of the grind to get to where you want to go. Like I don't know. I don't know. I enjoy all of it. I enjoy the downs even more so than the ups, because if everything was good, then the good wouldn't even feel good anymore. It'd just be natural. So it's like the waking up at the 4 or 5 in the morning that you don't feel good, and it's 5 days in a row you've been doing this to go do something that no one's ever gonna know you're doing just to get to where you want to go. That's what makes the big check at the end of the month, or the opportunity that you got that you wouldn't have got if you put in the work, or when you do make it, that's what makes it worth it. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it's and like this too will pass, like even, and that goes both ways. Like when shit's going wrong, this too will pass, and you got to remember when shit's going right, this too's gonna pass too. Like something eventually is gonna go wrong, and just be prepared for it, or understand that's part of the process. I mean, you can't prepare for everything.
Exactly.
My family always raised us with prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Like with budgeting, I always budget for the worst, even though I know it's gonna be better. I just still budget for the worst, and then anything above that is just extra. So that's how I like running things.
Yeah, it's like that saying, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. You got to be prepared for the worst
Yeah.
type deal.
Yeah, I mean, just it is better to be capable to do things, I guess you could say, and then not have to do it ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus that situation come up, and it's just like bow hunting. Like you want to be able to practice shooting the bow so many times that when the situation comes up to shoot an animal, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Or like posing for a show, you want to be able to pose so much that when you're doing it for the first time and you're under all this anxiety and nervousness, that you can still go up there and your mind just subconsciously knows what to do while you're going through the excitement and the nervousness, all the feelings. And
Exactly.
I think like a lot of things with like public speaking and stuff like that, or anything publicized, is one, enjoy the experience and know that several people have done this before you and several people will do it after you. And I always carry like the mindset of like everybody here is to see me. Like if they didn't want to see me, they wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
So it's not like I'm about to go do something that they're not expecting. You know, just go up there and own whatever you're doing. And just like when like on stage those 2 rounds, like the finals is just you go up there for an extra 1 minute just to do whatever routine you want to do. And like a easy mindset to be is like, okay, it's just a minute. I just got to get through the minute. Just get through the minute. Well, if you just change your mindset to like, let me experience and feel everything about this minute, you enjoy it a lot more. Like you notice the lights, you notice the people sitting in the crowd, you notice the judges, you notice where your foot placement is. Like you feel that moment versus wanting just to get out of the moment, and you're gonna enjoy it so much better. You know, I don't know if you've ever had anything like that, but that's something simple I can recollect was that show. I think it helps a lot with getting through stressful things, because speaking in front of people's ass, I mean, the biggest thing I did was I was the best man at my brother's wedding, and it was like 200 people there, I guess, like that, and I just went off a speech in my head that I just memorized. I never really wrote it down, but that was pretty nerve-wracking, but it was if you just understand everybody's there to listen to you, I think it's a lot easier to go through.
Yeah.
But have you ever done public speaking or anything like that? It's not a common thing.
Not that I can think of. I mean, like in front of like small groups and maybe like in classrooms.
Yeah.
Like that's as big as it's gotten, 30 people or so.
You were like homeschooled last 2 years?
Yeah, last 2 years of high school.
Did you like that?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I basically didn't do anything for 2 years and then crammed it all in the last 6 months.
Well, that's not.
You know, I was like, oh, everybody's about to graduate. I'll do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be curious, like, if and when I have kids, it'd be like, what's the right path of that to go down, you know? Because schooling hasn't changed in ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see all the changes and increases in better things of technology, cars, buildings, all this stuff, and teaching is still the same aspect. You sit everybody in the classroom for 8 hours in a day, and you put a teacher up front, and you just talk to them. So I'm curious to see what's schooling like, especially when, I guess, AI once again.
Yeah, I think my personal biggest problem in school was like not just like what they taught us in school, but like how.
How, yeah.
Like a lot of it was like memorize this and then blurt it all out on a piece of paper.
Don't ask for help. Don't view your notes that you've already taken. Don't look for resources to help you answer.
Yeah. And then they also want to time your test.
Yeah.
Like, what does that prove what I know?
And then not let you take a test in the best way that fits you.
Yeah.
But we got 10 seconds left. That was another 20 minutes, homie G.
Ooh.
We'll be right back. We'll probably pick up where we left off on the schooling. Ooh, I like when you clap your hands like that.
All right. And we're back, baby.
Oh, pip up, bro. Dude, I tell you what, dude, this dude's got a big ass fucking head.
It's bigger than his old body.
Like, this dude's fucking. Oh, this is a gift from me. I can't even see my computer right now, dude.
That's how I was built as a baby.
Huh?
That's how I was built
Ain't
as a
that
baby.
fucking hilarious how, like, babies look like this, dude. When they got a big ass head, they can't even touch the top of their head.
They can't go like this.
Like, imagine your life's like as we know we do this, and then babies are like, dude. Imagine if that's real life. Like, you walk around and like you can't even scratch the top of your head.
That was horrible.
You couldn't even wear a hat, bro. We couldn't wear hats right now.
Well, I mean, dude, if you're just stuck that way,
dude. That's wild.
That is wild.
People up coming in clutch with the start of the episode. This dude's freaking huge.
No, but I was definitely built like that as a kid.
I think you're still built like this.
I mean, low key, my head's still a little big, but
You got a big ass head. Ain't nothing going on in there either, dude. chill out, bro.
I'll tell you what, though, since I lost weight, my head shrunk.
Which one?
Top side.
Okay. Dude. Wanna talk about how Sam ate my sandwich the other day off the counter?
Yeah.
That dog's gonna get himself shot. I'm gonna bring him back to Humane Society if he does that shit again.
Dude,
I was playing Xbox, bro. We've had this dog like 4 years, and he's never touched anything on the counter. And I was playing Xbox in between games, making a devious sandwich. All I had to do was put a little bit of mayo, and it was done. The game started, quick run back in there, play the game, come back out, gone. And I'm a little bit retarded, so I'm like, I probably like, did I put it in the washer on accident or something like that? Or, like, did I throw it away? And like, did I take it to the bathroom and just not know what I did with it? Gone. And the dog was just looking at me.
with that guilty look.
Yeah, I like made eye contact and like looked away. I'm like, dude, I know I know where my sandwich went, but I can't do nothing about it yet because I didn't see you.
Yeah.
And today, and I'd be damned if this mother trucker put his paws on the counter and started trying to eat something, and boy, did he get swatted. And he got put in timeout. I was flabbergasted.
Yeah. Dude, I was too earlier today. He got up on the couch.
Yeah, I told you.
He had that one incident with the boss lady. Got up on the couch and she opened that door.
Yep. One more strike, dude. He's back on the streets for real. Like one more strike, and
He's not built for the streets either.
No, he about to learn, dude. Because like you fuck around, find out. Like that's how the saying goes.
Yeah.
Like, and dude, he gets fed so well too. Like,
oh yeah,
they made him a Thanksgiving plate today.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, what about a little bit more? Like, where's my seconds?
Yeah.
No. Crazy, dude. Crazy. You know what I don't understand is like animals are great, but like the people that just like let their dogs like just do like pee on everything and bark all the time.
Yeah.
And, like did they like run the house like, oh, they chew something up, oh, it's okay, I'll get a new one.
Dude, it's
like,
the same with people with kids. Like
yeah,
some of their kids.
Yeah. They just let them run around, and I'm like, what are you doing?
You ever gone to like a buddy's house or like a new friend's house, like younger?
Yeah.
And you were like, did they just talk to their mom like that?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm
Dude.
like, my eyes open up wide. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And then like they're like, nothing happens. I'm like, where am I?
Yeah, and then dude, I would be used as an example. Like, what would you do if you talked to your dad like that, Dell? And I'm like, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, I'll be honest with you. And they're like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah. Like,
and then your friend's like, really?
yeah, yeah. There's
I thought we were friends. I was like, bro.
like there's definitely boundaries to.
I can't say that because I gotta go home and my dad's gonna ask me or my mom's gonna ask.
Yeah, like
your parents. How did I act? And you're like, Peyton said something interesting.
Yeah.
And then, and then I'm gonna get it because you were in trouble. I'm good.
Yeah. I've never, like, I'm 8 years old. I can't afford to pay for a house. You know, like,
Yeah.
I need a place to sleep at night that's not outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be asleep for sure.
Different world.
Not by choice.
Oh, you can't hit kids nowadays.
I know.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure there's no cameras around. They don't have access to phones.
I mean, long as they understand that what you're trying to do at the end of the day is...
In their best interest.
Yeah, like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, you don't need to be hitting your kid every day just for, like, shits and giggles. Like, they don't make a sport out of it now, but I'm like, you know, if your kid, like, purposely breaks something or smarts off to you, I mean, it's...
No, but you definitely have to set those boundaries and make sure they stay in set. Like,
Yeah, you know. Dude, I seen this video the other day. This cop was trying to arrest this guy, and he opened the door, and like the dude took off, and the cop was like hanging out on the door.
Oh, I've
Did you
seen
see that video?
Yeah.
And the cop's like, "You're gonna kill me! You're gonna kill me!" And like the dude, like the cop, like puts like 3 rounds into the dude somehow,
Yeah.
and like kills that guy, and gets the kid out of the car, and the kid's screaming like, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?" I'm like, "That's crazy."
Yeah.
Like my parents didn't give me a phone until I was 16 years old, and that's only because we moved to a different state, and but that's probably the best thing that could have happened. Now I get it. Today's day and age, 16 is a little bit late to get a phone,
Yeah.
but to be 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years old with a phone,
And glued to it.
yeah, or like grow up and like your kid's crying, so you give them a screen,
Yeah.
like, ain't no way. Like I've seen kids in my office at work, and they're like,
It's a whole
"Mom,
new
my
term."
tablet's dead." Throws it on the ground. Give me your phone.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, there ain't no damn way that's gonna happen. Like you're gonna get a backhand right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Mine was always, do I need to take you to the bathroom? Did you ever get
Oh,
that one?
no, dude,
No,
no,
or
I
was it
got-
just on the spot?
yeah. He's like, you want your ass beat in front of everybody?
No, because a lot of time I was with my mom.
Oh
and
yeah.
my mom was a little more,
No.
she was a little tactful about it.
No, bro, my dad didn't work.
It was like, it was either she was like, she'd ask me, like, do you want to
Yeah.
go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
That's weird. You can't go in there.
I'll just sit in here. I'm good. No, I'm not. We're good. We're all good here.
We're good, Bob. We're
don't,
good.
don't worry about it. It's fine. Or
Yeah.
it was straight to the ear. She's got some kind of like grip strength in her hand that like grabs your ear,
It's like the
and you're
grandma
at her
strength.
will
Yeah.
for forever.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to get away from it.
You know what my brother and dad used to do to me? You ever like hear like the trick like, does a rooster look up or down over a fence? You know, heard that before? I guess it's a northern thing apparently, dude. So basically, I was the youngest, and like where like your hair at the bottom is.
Yeah.
They would grab that and yank it up, or yank it down, depending on like how you answer the question. It was terrible. And then like what they would do is they'd hold me down, and like keep hitting my forehead. And they'd make me name 10 cereals, and they wouldn't stop. I could never get to 10, dude. We didn't like buy cereal other than like Tony Tiger and Cheerios. Like, so I had 2, and then I was pretty much screwed. Like, I didn't know where to go after that, dude. I was like 9, 10 years old. My brother's like 4 years older than me, and then I don't know why it was always my dad and brother versus me. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I don't understand much about this world, but I don't think this way is right. So. I don't know, dude. It was...
I'm so glad I was the older brother.
Dude, I think that's like... Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit different, I think. And I think that plays a lot of it. Of like...
There's nothing wrong with that. Build character.
Built different.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's good character. I mean... I could imagine childhood where like everything was just given to you and it was easy. Like, what... That's stupid. Like,
Yeah. It really takes away purpose out of life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like we were very fortunate growing up. Like, my parents worked very hard and they were successful, but they never made it seem like that way to us. Like, bills were obviously always paid, food was always on the table, had a very nice house, but it was never like, it was clear set boundaries like, hey, this is my house. Like, you don't own shit here. Like, just let's... You're walking on my floors. Let's start there. And then, like, can I get this toy? Can I get this? No, we'll eat at home. No, you don't need that toy. Like, and then, like, if you don't work hard, you're going to be on your own.
Yeah.
Like, and if you work hard, you'll have everything you ever need to get where you want to go.
Exactly.
And, like, a lot of times you'll see people with very, like, wealthy families that their kids just don't... They just don't do well because there's no discipline or boundaries set. They just get everything handed to them. That was not the case. And I think that's a good way of doing things.
Yeah, it just depends on, how they're raised. And then some of it's like how successful your parent is.
Yeah, like just because your family has access to money doesn't mean you got to give your kid everything.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
there's a difference of having, like, make sure your kid has all the needs he needs to take that next step, and then giving him everything he wants to make sure little Johnny feels happy.
Exactly.
Like there's a clear cut difference. Like a lot of families are like, oh, I want to give my kid everything I never could have as a child. I'm like, is that really the best like answer? Does he need everything?
Yeah.
No. Like sure, take him on the trips or like have him understand how you're supporting him or what things cost to get to where he's trying to go and that, but like you don't need to give them everything. I don't think that's beneficial.
No, not at all. I completely agree with that.
Because I mean, we know people that have access to, theoretically unlimited amount of money to an extent.
Yeah.
A vast sum of money, and their character is just not. That's one. It's not fully developed. Two, it's just not as in depth that he's very rounded person of like there's no character there. It's just basically so, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. Do you want to get back to education?
Not really.
Not really?
I'm just gonna keep getting upset, but let's talk about it. I'm not happy. I mean, I ain't gonna be able to change much about it, but I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I don't have kids, knock on wood, but like I don't know what I'd do. Like would I homeschool them? I mean, a lot of it I think's between you and your spouse. If you guys are making that decision together, what you want to do. I think once again, kids getting bullied and made fun of at school also builds character too. But then you have people like the teachers. Some of the teachers, a lot of them are great, but then you have some of the teachers that are like a first grader asking them what gender they want to be and that they can change their gender if they want to, and don't let your parents tell you that you have to be a boy. Like that's not what I want. I'm sorry, but my first grade kid doesn't know what he wants in his life. As a parent and a guardian, I put him on the road that best fits him.
Yeah.
To what I think until he's old enough and mature enough to make his own decisions.
Yeah.
And at 6 years old, little Johnny doesn't know if he wants if he's a boy, he's a boy. If he's a girl, he's a girl, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like that side of things. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
But and for everybody, when you're to the age, whatever that age is, do what you want. I mean, there's no right or wrong. Like seriously, do what you want. But I don't think it's right for adults to push very young kids to a woke direction when they aren't capable of making their own decisions.
Yeah.
Like, just let them naturally make their own decisions. If they get to be 17, 18 years old and they don't want to be a boy anymore, who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah, I
go
mean, that's
do
their
what you wanna
choice.
do. Right.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that go through with it and they want to go back to what they used to be because they don't feel right or it's not what they want,
Yeah,
and it's
and
like
at that age, nothing feels comfortable. You're still developing.
yeah, I mean, you're going
like
through
physically
puberty.
and mentally.
Yeah, I mean, like your brain's not fully developed till you're 25 years old. Like,
Exactly.
and you're gonna make a lifelong decision. Like you got 100 years if you're lucky on this earth, and in the first like 10% of your
You
life,
screw it up.
yeah, and you're not even halfway of development in your brain yet. Where, like that's crazy. And then like, I haven't done no research on it, but I've heard like, if you're in the military, they'll provide the whole surgery for free and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me,
Yeah, we're paying for it.
Yeah,
That's
and like,
insane.
yeah, a lot of companies they gotta have, like certain amount of men versus women and ethnicities doing this like to have like get money from the government or meet regulations with
Which is
corporate or the
crazy.
union. I believe whoever the best is at that job needs to do that job.
100%.
Like let's say you're flying a plane and X amount of people are better at this job than these people, but it doesn't look good on paper, so you throw some of these people in there. No.
And then you have a few plane crashes, and you're like, well,
Right.
at
Then you
least we have
Boeing
equality.
situation again. Yeah.
It's like, no.
No. just fly me to the moon, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And let me sing amongst the stars.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, my computer's almost dead. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Bring it back. Oh, okay. I need to put this bad boy in the charger. Damn, dude, we got 3 minutes left, bro.
Yeah,
we
can
might
finish this
do
3 minutes
another
up.
20-minute segment after this because I'm feeling
I don't mind that.
frosty.
Yeah. Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. What were we talking about again?
It went from the homeschool education,
Oh yeah,
raising kids,
yeah, flying planes.
Transformers, and
Optimus Prime. That's crazy.
yeah, the primes of our generation.
Dude,
The Decepticons.
we graduated in 2020, and like a year or two after, I heard they put a litter box in our high school.
They put a litter box there?
Yeah, you didn't ever hear that?
No.
Fuck,
I
crazy,
heard
dude.
of a litter box around the area, yeah. Or in our school district. Like, I don't know what
couldn't
school.
Imagine walking in to go to the bathroom in between classes and seeing somebody taking a shit in a litter box.
Johnny squatting over a litter box. That's an insane picture. And even worse, imagine you're a girl walking in your bathroom, and it's
A guy that's said he's a girl.
a guy that became a woman.
No, not even
that-
becoming a woman.
That,
just says
that
he's
is a woman cat or a female cat now.
Yeah. Or just a girl in a locker room trying to go out to play gym, and a guy with all the guy parts is in there like, oh, I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Just staring at you. You know, that I couldn't imagine. That's what I'm fearful of having kids go through.
Yeah.
Like, because that's not like parenting at that point. That's crazy. And the amount of people out there doing, and I think everybody's been doing crazy stuff for a long time. It's just now the internet's so prevalent where you can actually see it in real time of like the shootings, like the sex trafficking, like the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know if I want my kid to be raised in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there.
But we'll see. Who knows? I mean, I think a lot's going to change, especially in the next 4 years. Curious to see what happens. I'm curious to see what
Me
happens.
too.
You want to take a little break and
Yeah, we'll be right back.
BRB.
All right, we're back, baby.
Back in black. What's the saying? Once you go black, you never go back?
That's right.
I wonder where that started.
I don't know, but orange is the new black.
No, it's not, dude. I tell you one thing, man. It's, I think that. Oh fuck. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Oh shoot. I just accidentally exited a tab. I'm doing a little Christmas shopping for my show, and I just accidentally deleted it. Oh, there it is. And we're back. Yep.
Yeah, I have like a hate and love relationship with this time of the year.
You know what? I learned this the other day. The reason why people get so depressed or sad or groggy, it's because they don't get enough vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
So, like they were saying, like this doctor up in like New York up there, people would have come in and get blood work done and have no traces of vitamin D because the lack of sun up there. And vitamin D helps with obviously your energy and mainly your mood. So it's a great thing to take vitamins and stuff like that to keep your vitamin D levels up. And I think that's a big thing. That makes sense, especially
Makes a lot of sense.
like your body naturally releases melatonin when the sun starts going down. That obviously is going down around like 4:00. Sun sets at like what 4:30, 4:45 now, in Kentucky anyway. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it probably helps with or it makes your sleep schedule messed up too.
Yeah, because I'll get off work at 6, go to the gym, be home around like 7:30, and be like, dude, it's gotta be like 9:30.
Yeah.
And it's like 7:30. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. But it's nice getting up in the morning though. Like it gets sunrises pretty early. I think daylight's around like 6:00, which is nice. 5:30. But yeah, that makes sense that why breakup season or whatever it's called is in the wintertime because people aren't getting enough vitamin D.
Yeah. I was just talking about like the deals going on right now, like the Black Friday deals and the Cyber Monday, all those for Christmas coming up.
Yeah, ain't that crazy how it
Yeah.
used to be like Black Friday used to be a thing, and now it's like, oh, it's all month long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because it's the internet, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I do all my shopping online, as I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It makes sense, especially when you buy like the same stuff.
It's so much more convenient and like it's less of a hassle, and then you also don't have that problem anymore of like the big Black Friday sale day where the stores were just getting raided by hundreds of people. Have you seen those videos and like all the different stuff that's happened like in the past?
Yep. I was thinking of I'm not gonna say it's not appropriate for
Like
viewership.
Like my mom was telling me one year she went. It was her or my sister, or maybe both of them went. They were like just walking through Walmart, and there was so many people in there, and then there was just people like opening up packages of toys and just stealing them and stuff.
I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
busy they couldn't control it, and then people were like walking out with TVs, not paying for them.
Isn't California like that? Like if you
Yeah.
shoplift something and it's under $800, you can't go to jail for it or be
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of what's the point of buying stuff? Like,
I
just
seen
go-
where a store made up they upmarked all their stuff in there to where the lowest thing in there was the price of whatever it would take to go to jail if you stole it. And then at the counter you could get a coupon that made it the discount of the actual price.
Really?
Yeah.
That's smart. Imagine buying toothpaste for like $801.
Dude, I'd be going to people, dude, I got the best sale.
That'd be crazy.
This pack of gum was $1,000. I gave him this coupon,
$2.
$2.
That'd be crazy.
Yep.
That's one state I don't want to live in is California.
No.
Like they're like taxes are like 10% or something crazy, or like 14% for sales tax, and
Yeah.
it's just
The only reason I'd go there is for some kind of opportunity
I don't even
to
think
make
of that.
money.
I don't even think that.
I wouldn't want to, but I'd probably do it if it was like to collaborate with somebody or it was for some deal, even just to sign papers and leave. Like that's the most.
Well,
you
that's
get me to do.
different. Like a
Yeah.
week-long business trip's different than like 6 months to 2 years of your life.
Oh yeah, no.
living there. Oh,
we're,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about
Like a week-long, 2-week-long trip.
yeah,
that's different.
one or two times a year in like a week.
Yeah,
week or
that's
two.
different.
Yeah.
That's different.
But
Yeah,
I'm
live
not
out there?
staying there for a prolonged time to deal with all of that. It's definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth living there.
No, the weather's nice there, I heard, but
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be really beautiful, but
yeah, but you can find nice weather other places too, can't you?
yeah. But
I've always wanted to go to Texas.
yeah,
Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, is what they say.
Yeah. That's what they say. And it's nice and flat there.
Yeah, I never thought about the terrain.
Yeah, just driving
That
around.
border's got to be crazy though,
Yeah.
especially with our current borders are. She's a hoot. I don't think she never went down there, so it's like,
Who knows what's going on?
right? She don't,
Yeah.
but we'll get that fixed. That'd be crazy though. Just be like hunting, dude. Like trying to hunt for like a whitetail and just. And like I don't blame them. Like if I knew of a way to get in America and that's a lot better life of risking that chance to get here versus what I'm doing now, I would do it. Still be crazy to be out hunting and then just see like a group of Hispanics coming across the border.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
For anything.
Yeah. Or them giving them money and like putting them on buses or planes to be dropped off in certain cities with, prepaid Visa cards to go live here and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was scheming for a little bit. I thought I was gonna pick up a Hispanic accent, lose my ID, and show up in New York and try and get like a week-long vacation there.
That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yo, but imagine.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying.
Imagine I filmed that too, and
Imagine
like
if you
went
never
under. What
came
if I went
back.
undercover? Well, yeah, that'd be kind of
How would
crazy.
you go undercover?
But when I go undercover,
From who?
pick up an accent, and then I bring a camera and vlog the whole thing, videotape it, capture it all.
But who are you going undercover from? You don't have an ID.
What,
You
what do
don't
you
even
What do you mean? I just go in there and I like talk to all the illegal immigrants and like figure out their stories and like what if I meet like a bunch of criminals and stuff and then they're telling me like, oh yeah, we smuggle drugs here. Like
This is so stupid.
that'd be a crazy story. Look, I've got a wild imagination and sometimes it takes me to places that just doesn't make sense. But it'd be a cool story. 100%.
All right. Anyway, I do think that like our border processing of becoming a American citizen could be a lot better. I get that too.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be easier, but or like a more efficient.
What boggles or bamboozles me is how we put so much money to other countries in like Maui. You're like, your house just burned down, $750 coming to you.
Yeah,
And like,
you're welcome.
oopsies, $6 billion accidentally got transferred to Ukraine. It's like, how do you
Yeah,
do that? Like, half of that money could have rebuilt Maui, and then you sent the rest over there on accident. Or like how the government, what were we talking about the other day? How, like, I think I seen a statistic like 65% of the money, only 65% of the tax money is accounted for of where it went.
Mhm.
Like, that's just, I think it's, the whole money situation is crazy to me. But yeah, imagine your house being burned out.
and the government's like,
My-
yeah, we'll help you out.
Yeah.
$750.
Yeah, our family's house burnt down. That's always fun. I would normally get blamed for that too. Like, dude, my dad, dude, I tell you what, man,
Did you get blamed for that?
he's somebody. I tell you that right now. Yeah, dude, we'll just like, you know how my dad used to introduce me to family, and he still does it. I just don't see him very much anymore. Like new people, my brother and I be standing next to each other. He's like, "Yeah, that's our good kid, and that's our bad kid." And like that was all the time. And then like we'd somehow conversate sometimes naturally how the house started on fire. He'd be like, yeah, he burned it down. I'm like, oh, no, I didn't. I was like 8. Like, no, I didn't. And then he'd like say, oh yeah, mom burned down the house. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, it's just. He's a character, man. I tell
He
you that
is.
much.
I love your dad. Anytime he's around, he's just constantly
Dude,
dogging on
he's
you.
like-
and I love it.
He's
It's
like
so
the
funny.
best person to hang out with if you're not his son, like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
It's fun though. I wouldn't change it for the world. But yeah, no, it's definitely like he's hilarious to hang with, but it's because he just dogs on me the whole time.
Yeah. And he's definitely one of those people that, like, behind your back, he's talking good about you.
100%. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
grow up and mom's like, "Oh yeah, he was talking good about you." I'm like, I never like. What are you talking about? Like, I don't even like. What do you mean?
He's never done that before.
Yeah, like, I didn't know that was a thought in his head. Like,
we talking about the same guy?
he just told me how bad I was doing. Mom, like, what are you talking about?
No, I understand. That's how my dad was. He was
Yeah.
always picking on us or doing something, and then I think I've caught him a few times, just like
As
saying good
we've
stuff.
gotten older, it's been a lot better though.
Yeah.
Like, I think as you like mature and you can actually start thinking for yourself, then you don't need to be so hard on your kids because you have built them a foundation of thinking on their own. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even though someone said you're doing a very bad job, but you're confident in what you did, and that you know deep down you did this for the right morals, and like you can take that input and it not affect you because you know why you did what you did. Like
Yeah.
that's what that builds, which is nice. But yeah, it's
I think like the whole like raising a child, there's like phases, and in the very beginning, you're not there to be their friend. You know.
no, and I'll say it again. Like my dad, bro. Like it was like I was young, like 6, 7 years old. He's like, I will be your biggest asshole boss of your life.
Yeah.
Like that's how I was raised, but I mean it's true. Like he holds that with a statue, and like he's up there. He's number one. But going in the workforce though, like it definitely helps because like you will have terrible bosses, but I mean it you're ready for it, you
Yeah.
know. And then but once you get older, then the parent becomes your friend. Like, you go to them for advice, and
Yeah.
they're going to talk to you like an adult because you're actually an adult. Like, you have a good foundation of thinking, and you can actually handle a real conversation and hold a real conversation versus, not being able to think through a process. Biggest thing I could ever recommend to people is think through processes or situations without emotion. And a good way to start practicing that is, like, if this wasn't happening to me, or if I'm not in the situation, if I'm looking from the outside in, what would I do?
Yeah.
And then do that. Like do I need to buy this thing, or like, should I go tell this person this, or like, this issue just occurred, should I just hide it and hope it doesn't come back up, or like personally, it's probably you're gonna feel guilty, you're gonna feel bad, or it may put you in a bad position. But if you're on the outside looking in, this is the right thing to do, go do that. And it's
But
gonna be
yeah,
so
it's
easy.
just like people giving advice to their friends, but they
And
don't
then-
follow their own advice.
Yeah, it's the stupidest
Yeah.
thing ever.
Yeah, it,
Stupidest
it makes no sense, but like people just naturally do that.
Yeah, I don't. And a lot of it, like, I think a lot of people like to coach. They like to tell people how good they are, or why they're so much better, or why they like to seem smart, or that they got it figured out. When if you were a fly on the wall of their life, you'd be like, this dude ain't. He's doing nothing. He just told me. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of that too is, like, take advice from people that have accomplished what you want to do. Like in the car business, I'm very wary of taking advice from people that haven't, accomplished much. I'll always listen to them, because even bad advice can lead to good things, because that benefits, but it strengthens what you believe in, because you can in your head take that information, process it, and be like, no, this is why what I believe in is right.
Mm-hmm.
Or it may open up a door to, maybe this is right and this is another way of looking at it, but that's just being open thinking. But I'm now lost at what I was talking about. Where was I going with that?
You're talking about,
I think we're already 16 minutes in too.
yeah, it's going by quick, but you were talking about
Oh yeah. Thinking about people that haven't done what you want to do. Yeah, and then you got to be careful of that too, because if someone hasn't done what you want to do and constantly keeps giving you advice, well, why aren't they getting there, or in the process of getting there?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like to tell people what they should do and then not do it.
Yeah.
I think, it's a big thing to look out for. I think, a lot of people like to coach but never play, but it's a lot easier to coach and tell people what they should do. But it's just like, people like to see other people secretly fail, because it makes them feel better, because they're not even trying.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, you're stupid. You just tried to, run a mile under 10 minutes and you failed, loser. And then because they can't, they're not even trying.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a weird world. Weird. I think a lot of people are just comfortable, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely odd. People, they just, I don't know. They make odd decisions, and it'll be people close to you too that'll do that.
Yeah.
Like family members that are like, uncles or cousins or something that you're telling about your goals, and they shoot you down for some reason.
Be careful who you share success with.
Yeah.
Very careful. That can make or break a lot of things. It's hard to find somebody that purely just is happy that you're succeeding.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to find that. And to find especially a lifelong partner that is happy with your success, or, that's why, young relationships, it's almost better not to have anything when you guys do get together, so you can actually build something together.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's it's very difficult to find someone that's just purely happy, but life's a lot easier when you're not looking at someone to wish they fail.
Yeah.
But when you're succeeding, it's definitely easy to understand that there's people out there that want you to fail.
Yeah.
You know, for
It's,
sure.
it's an odd thought.
Jealousy is a thief of joy. Is what how the saying goes, and that's true. Like if you're jealous of someone having something because you're not putting in the full work in, and you'll know deep down that you're not putting the full work in,
Yeah.
and you'd rather have them fail instead of you just putting the work in. Or, you know, if you're religious, like I do this, like I pray thankful that they got to where the opportunity or whatever they succeeded in, and then you wish that for yourself because you know you're putting in the work, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, one, aren't putting in the work, or they just they would rather see you fail to make them feel better because they're not trying, versus just going to put in the work and worrying about yourself,
Exactly.
you know. But yeah.
Yeah.
That we got a minute left. Anything you want to touch on other than me? But
Um, no, I think, just to add on to that, like it definitely helps when you're striving towards something. You don't really have the energy to, put out bad intentions out in the world or bad feelings,
if you're working super hard, you don't have time to
Exactly.
ponder on other people's shit. Had a little incident with a camera going too many minutes cut off on us, but just want to close this episode 5 up. Want to say thank you everybody once again. Have a good rest of your day. Like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, or not. And thank you again everybody. Peace out.